thinking or our knowledge to make a judgment. But politer is really okay. Some people use politer. And also, you have to be aware, even for more polite, it may be used to describe the adjective polite, more polite as the comparative form, but it may be used to actually more something, more people. The people are polite people. There are more people who are polite. It may refer to that meaning. So we need to use So teachers are important. We have got our knowledge, our judgment. And we also have to be selective and choose those examples that are not ambiguous to your students. But if you look at all of them, we can find that more polite is more frequently used than politer. So it's about the word frequency. So probably for our primary kids, we'll teach them more polite rather than politer. But when they get to a senior level, or when your students put down politer as the answer, don't give them a red cross. Because their parents are now more knowledgeable, they are more educated. Well, if they think that politer is also acceptable, but you put down a big cross there, then they complain. Yeah, you may be in trouble. They will complain about you. Okay, so we can see the examples here. Politer in the concordance lines here. How can we get to this one? Yeah, just click on the word. So if you click on more polite or politer, you can find the concordances. Examples given in context, or some people call this KWIC, K-W-I-C, keyword in context. Now, the next one, word clusters. I think this function is more useful for researchers, for academics. So this one, I've used another corpus to Endcoin. It is also a freeware, and you can just download it at home. Maybe not now. Endcoin, you just type in Endcoin. Lawrence Anthony, who created this, just before and when I came in, I've downloaded this freeware on this computer. It's here. So for this computer, I click on Windows 64 bits using the Google platform, but it doesn't. I don't know why it doesn't work for Firefox. So Google. And you just type in ANTCONC Endcoin, and then install this software, this freeware. All right. Okay, then you get it here. Okay, so this is their platform, and what you need to do is to upload a file. So you can create your own corpus, upload any file, but the file must be in the text format, text. Okay, and then you can, after you have uploaded the file, you can do your search, like here, concordance, clusters. So I have chosen clusters. And you can search the word here. So for example, I search for the word he. Okay, he, for cluster, he. And you see minimum and maximum. Or maybe I get back to my PowerPoint. Here is far too small for you to see. So after I have saved or uploaded this file, this is a textbook file. on what? On track 3 for secondary 3 students. And then I would like to see how the word she and he are used in this textbook. So I type in she under clusters and minimum and maximum. So how many words do you want to look at? She with 1 word, 2 words, or up to maybe 5 words. So before and after she for 5 words. So I put down just, okay, 5 words. So you see the examples here all have got 5 words. And then start, not start, here, on the left or on the right here. So I would like to have the target word she on the left. So you see on the left, all here. She, that means it starts with she, in other words. Those, okay? And then click on start. And then I got this. Also, all these are the words, the clusters that appear in this book. So what can you say about the word she then? She eats too much. She avoids vegetables and fruits. She complains about feeling tired. So this is the image of a female. Okay, then how about he? Let's say he. What's the image for he this time? So he always gets good grades. We decided what to say. He has modeled a tank. So if you compare these examples, and you've got quite a number of examples to support you, what can you say about the images of a female and a male? Any difference? Yes, yeah, you see. So this is what some researchers would like to find out by using word clusters. But for your class, maybe you're not so, if you are teaching English in a secondary or primary school, you may not be so interested in word clusters. Okay, then let's look at something more useful for you as teachers. Collocation. Right, how about the word mistake? Many of our students have made mistakes on this word mistakes. What do they say? Instead of saying make mistakes, they say something like do mistakes, any kind of work. Well, they have no sense about this, right? So how can we help them to have greater consciousness on what words are used with with the target words? So we can make use of collocates. All right. So could you please get back to that website? This one. Remember it? So get back to this website. Then here we should choose collocates. So we are interested in the word mistake, Mistake. Well, mistake. About this word, what part of speech is it? A noun. But it can also be a verb. Or as an adjective, you are mistaken. You are mistaken. So as an adjective. So we would like to limit it. How can we limit it as a noun only?
POS.
Yeah, POS. Look at this POS, the part of speech. So click on the part of speech and click on it. So which one should I choose? Noun. Or. So whether it is singular form or plural form, it doesn't matter. So noun or. Okay, get it? Now, here you can see some numbers. You see the numbers? It makes sense. So the blue one refers to the target word, mistake. So now you would like to know about the verb before mistake. So which one should I put down? Okay, one. On the left or on the right? Left. Okay, you may say one on the left. Okay, nothing about on the right hand side. Or you think maybe, okay, two, since you can have modal verbs or what, okay. All right, one or two, up to you. So let's see, what's the result? Let's see. Find color case, wait. So something free, you have to wait. All right, you get it here. You see, what have you got? What have you got? You say no mistake, by mistake, big mistake, same mistake, horrible mistake, great mistake. Oh, no verb. You have found a lot of adjectives here. So, what can we do? What can we do? Okay, get back to search. Because we haven't limited the part of speech before the noun mistake. So we have to limit it. So click on part of speech for color case here. Okay? So what should we choose? Verb all. Verb all. And this time it works. I'm sure it works. How come? Where is our verb? Something got wrong?
You need an article.
One or two. Or maybe I should have okay, let's try one more time. Okay, it works this time. So teachers are so important. You see, sometimes the machine doesn't work well. We know it's wrong, then let's try again. So you see all the verbs before mistake. We say make mistake. This is the most frequently used verb. You see, it's given to you according to the frequency. Realize mistake, correct a mistake, avoid a mistake, repeat a mistake, and so on. Wow, you see why it didn't work before this. Why it didn't work the first time we did it? Why? Because you see, well, I think to some extent we put down the number maybe too small. Instead of having one, maybe we should have two on the left. Because sometimes we have the article, right? A mistake. If you just put down one on the left, what you get is just a mistake or another mistake. So better to have some more, okay, 2 or 3. That can help you. All right. Then how about if this time you are not interested in the verb used with mistake? If you are interested in the adjective before a mistake, what should you put down? Or what should you click on? Yeah, change the color case. So let's refresh it by clicking on the negative sign. Okay. Delete all and click on POS again. So we choose adjective or. So you see, this unfriendly page appears again. We need to click search again and again for something free. We have to be patient. It's good for us to learn to be patient. Huh? Okay, it will work like that, I'm sure. So let's get back to the PowerPoint slides here. Now, after looking at color case or collocation, now let's move on to look at register and start. Well, look at this phrasal verb together with the preposition. Put up with. What's the meaning of put up with? I can't put up with you. That means I can't stand you. I can't stand you. I can't bear you. I can't tolerate anymore. I can't tolerate you. So let's see how put up with is used. Now we choose charts this time. Charts. All right, so change it to charts and try put up with. And click C, the frequency. Well, you can see the chart, right? You can change the layout, vertical or horizontal. I would like to see the horizontal chart like this. I prefer using this one myself, but it's up to you, right? Now, so what can you say about put up with? Across different genres here. Put up with is more frequently used informally, yeah, in spoken and in spoken English and also in fiction. How about academic English? No, rarely used. Then how about its synonym? Tolerate. Shall we try this one? Tolerate. What's that? Tolerate for this chart. It's commonly used in informal context, in academic English. So by using these kinds of charts, I think you can help your students to write better, to be a better writer. For the more advanced students, well, what they are expected to do is not just to write grammatical English. They should learn how to write in the appropriate style. When they write dialogues, they have to use more colloquial, informal English. But some students don't realize this, especially those who attend the private tutorial centers under the teaching of some tutorial kings and queens. Because those tutorial kings and queens usually teach them some big words, complex words. And then our students just use them randomly. They think that the bigger, the longer, the more complex the words are, well, the more they can impress the examiners. But they don't understand how important it is in terms of the style, appropriate style. So we can raise our students' awareness of this. Okay. All right, let's move on to language change. Do you use ought to often nowadays? What's the equivalent for ought to? Should. All right, then let's see how ought to has been used by people for language change. Now, we still use the same platform, but this time, look at the change. Look at this button here. What does that mean? It means you want to change the corpus. So remember, before this, we have been using British National Corpus, right? Up to this moment, British National Corpus. But you see, British National Corpus contains texts that were written in the period of 1990s. So it doesn't include texts from different periods of time. So it's not good enough for our study of the language change. So we have to change to a corpus that contains texts from different periods of time. So COCA is a good choice. So let's change it to COCA. Corpus of Contemporary American English. So let's try it together. All right, here. change. Coca, 1990 to 2015, so about more than 2 decades, yeah, right? So let's get this one. And then we use the charts, again, charts, and type in ox2. Right, here. What have you noticed from this chart? Yeah, okay, first of all, about the genres, different genres. Ox2 is more of the spoken form, according to this data, more of the spoken form. Do you know that? Yeah, probably you just say ought to and should are interchangeable. But actually, it tends to be used in spoken English more often. Then in terms of language change, you see, there's declining chart there, yeah? Declining. So nowadays, you'll wonder, last time, ask yourself, when was the last time you used ought to? Then when was the last time you used should?
Grammar lesson.
Yeah, grammar lesson. You should do this, you do that. But you seldom say you ought to do this and that. So it's declining. Right, so you can see, wow, we can make use of this to understand the language change. I've got another example for you here. It's about the word, it's on vocabulary this time, on hippie. You know these hippies. When was this word used? Hippie. So let's again get back to that corpus platform. Well, corpus of Coca, you see Coca, 1990 to 2015. Maybe this is not good enough. We need a longer period of time. So which one will be a better choice for us? Which one? Any suggestion? Koha, yes, Koha, but maybe it's too long, 18 and 10, too long. Okay, let's try this one. Time, the Time magazine, 1923 to 2006. Okay, let's try this one. Hippie. Charts, use chart. Okay, maybe all nouns, singular and plural. And then let's see. Yes? Have you noticed anything interesting? Anything? Yeah, it first appeared in the 1960s. Yeah, at that time there were lots of hippies. And in the United States and also in Hong Kong probably. But then it declined and not many hippies anymore.
Now it's Russia.
It seems, but now, somehow, get back now. So you know that this word hippie was coined in the 1960s. A new word at that time. So you see how useful the corpus tool is for us to understand the language change. Now, the last one that I want to talk about is English with varieties. How about the word need or used to? These kind of words, these words. What's the negative form for them? Do you say we do not need to go now or we need not go now? Do you say we did not used to do it? We did not used to quarrel? That means we didn't quarrel in the old days. Or did you say we usedn't to quarrel? Which one do you use more often? Or are they both acceptable? Okay, so let's see. English with varieties this time. Which one should we choose then? English with varieties. Could you give me a suggestion? Different varieties of English. I web. It just tells us from the web. I'm not too sure. Well, maybe, but I think there's one that really shows you you can use it. That certainly. Which one? Globe. GLOWBE. Why did we choose this one?
20 countries.
Yeah, from 20 countries. All right, so what's my question? Need not, yeah, need not. When you want to compare different countries or different varieties of English, we should use charts. So need not. And click on that. Why are they so excited? I'm sorry. So noisy. Still waiting? I have to be a bit patient, huh? Wait. If we can't wait, then just look at my slide. I've already done it. Okay, look at this slide. Oh, actually, I didn't use. I myself didn't use globe here, but I compared two different corpora: American English and British English. So for American English here, about the word need not, what can you tell us? Across the different registers, what can you say? Need not is used more commonly in academic English. Yeah, that means formal use. Need not. British English, is it the same?
Yes.
Yes, also in American and academic English here. But if you compare the frequency is per million words. Per million. American English, 17.66 per million. How about British English?
46.
Yeah, 46 something per million. So when you compare the frequencies like this, what's your conclusion? Need not is used more commonly in American English, especially in British English. So this is one difference between American and British English. That's true. I myself did a study some years ago for my PhD studies. This was one of the items that I looked at when my study was on divided usages. So need as a modal verb or need as a lexical verb. If it's used as a lexical verb, you say you don't need to do it. With the dummy, with the auxiliary do. But if it's used as a modal verb, then you simply add the word not after it. So you need not do it. So it's more commonly used in British English. So need not is more commonly used in British English. Now another one is also one item that I studied for my thesis about the word difference. This card is very different. What preposition do you use here? Which one? From. You say from. Oh, yeah, from. Any other alternatives? To. Some of you say to. To, really to. Some of you say, I've never heard of the word different, of the term different to. Some of you may say so. So now we need some proof, evidence. So let's see. Now this time I would like you to get back to the first platform that I showed you. Remember this platform?
Yes.
The University of Leeds. University of Leeds, here. BNC. Remember that one?
Yes.
So we go to choose type of search. And you see different functions here. Here, collocation, affixes, compare frequencies, keywords and phrases, and so on. So I will choose compare frequencies. Well, let's do the search. Different from? Yeah, you like different from, right? Okay, let's see whether we can also use different to. And how about one more? Different. Okay, I would like to see whether we can use different than. So add one more row. Different than. Alright? So these three. Now, let's do the search. Okay, search. So the green one is different from, red different to, and the orange is different than. Who has got that? Huh? Not yet? Yeah, see here. Right, what's your conclusion? Oh, I made a mistake.
No, search.
Okay, get to my PowerPoint here. What's your conclusion?
Different from.
Yeah, different from. Yeah, more is commonly used in different kinds of English, different varieties of English. But how about the orange one is different than, the first one is the orange, and the red, the second one. So what is your observation? Alright, like here, different American English use the orange one. That is different than. Remember, brown English is also American English, so also different than American English. How about British English? Apart from using different from, do they use different to or different than? Different to, and that one is different than. Different to, different than. So British people use different to as well. And they seldom use different than. So again, you can see another difference between Americans and British people. So next time your students put down different to something, well, don't say it's wrong. Actually, it's acceptable and used by some native speakers. So we have already done this one. Okay. Well, now, so we have already gone through the 7 uses of corpus. So now let's move on to say how we can make use of the corpus to help our students realize their own errors. I'll give you a brief example. So I have introduced this platform, iEncoin, to you. So what we can do, for example, I will show you one example really. Let me get back to that one. Endcoin. Where is it? I can't find that. Where is it? Is it here? Ah, yes, here. Okay, file. I have already saved one file. So I have to open file. here, open file. And then my USB and my talk today is on TDG corpus. TDG here. Student errors. I've already prepared this file from a student's composition, student's writing. I have already converted the file to a text file. So let's say open this file here. So you see, it's there. The student's writing is there already. All right. Well, when I read the student's writing, I found that she made two obvious mistakes. One was on advisors, the noun advisors. It should be concordance. Okay, concordance. So I choose concordance here. And then advisors. Okay, so you see, these are the mistakes made by that student. Well, advice. We know advice is an uncountable noun. We shouldn't use advisors like that. Then maybe you can compare the student's errors with some examples from British National Corpus or Coker for the students to understand, right? So if you type in advisors in that kind of in the native speaker's corpus, probably it doesn't appear, or maybe it appears once or twice because the corpora themselves contain words from others, so some people may also make mistakes. But if you compare the frequency of advisors in those native speakers' corpus with the word, the singular uncountable word advice, you can see the huge difference in terms of the frequency. So you can show the students actually this is not right. Now, another mistake made by this student is the use of the word or the conjunction so that. So let's see, so that. Can you see that? So the students said what on theoretical and practical skills full stop, so that I can run my group, so that as for the purpose. I did not give enough instruction for them, so that they did not know how. Okay, the second one seems to be okay, but the first one is not okay, right? All right, so